Welcome to the breakfast stream, my friends. How y'all doing? We're going to get some breakfast. I got an industrial-sized coffee cup today. Well, that's not bad. I made this coffee like fully 15 minutes ago, maybe? Still very hot. Impressive. Mel B joined. Mel B, are you one of the Spice Girls? What's going on, lady? How you doing? How's everybody doing? I'm sorry I wasn't online yesterday. I hope you weren't waiting around or anything like that. The wife and I took a bit of an impromptu staycation. And so we just weren't around. We were supposed to be on our staycation all weekend, actually. But the place we were staying in was fine the first night. And then the second day, we get back to our little tent, where I actually want to stay in one of these like glamping domes. And I found a tick on my hand as I was like sitting in bed, and I'm like, oh God. And so I started looking around. I found another tick in my shirt. And I looked at my dogs. They each had a tick on them. And then I found additional ticks on their dog's bed. So we were like pretty ticked off. I need a little stream deck with like reactions. Yeah, we were pretty ticked off, and so we just left. We were supposed to stay there, and we just like packed up our shit at like 9 p.m. at night and drove home, which luckily wasn't that far, but like, I don't know. Anyway, so long story short, that's why there was no stream yesterday. Dramatics, I know. We're making a cool dish. Actually, funny enough, this was a dish I saw on a restaurant menu while we were on our little staycation. I always find it funny too, now that I do live on my computer for TikTok. Also, hey, how has no one chatted yet? Guys, there's like 100 of you. Everyone, hey, what's up? I'm Pete. Introduce yourselves. Hello. Or don't. It's cool too. It's always funny to see myself when I like click on my little thing and it's like live. What do you mean live? And then I see anyway. You can't do that if you're on thing. Welcome to the 100 and so of you here. Everyone's joining. Everyone's coming in for the breakfast stream. The dogs and the cheese. I miss the dogs and the cheese, I gotta say. Aww. Well, we'll see if we can't get a cameo. A cameo by the dogs. You're right, though. I think that's probably why a lot of people first started tuning in. It's because the dogs used to pop in the way we had the old stream set up. But morning, Tammy. How you doing? I guess I could put a little like pass-through window in like my door or something like that and have the dogs come on. But yeah. Anyway, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Tammy. How you doing? How you doing? Early Pete's Hot Skillet Eats. That's a damn good. Okay. You got a marketing job, or you just naturally good at this? Morning, Bri. How you doing, brother? How you doing? We are just gonna peel this potato slow and somewhat meticulously because it's a weird shaped potato, and I don't want to waste that much of it. But we'll see if we can't get a dog cameo. Straight out of Yapperville. Is that my boy? Is that my professor from Yaptown University in Yaptown, Ohio? Good morning, A. Pete. I think you mean early. Day off. Yeah, we were on a little staycation, just in the province, just kind of driving around. There's a couple things I wanted to do that my wife had never done before. We were just gonna make a day trip, but then it was kind of late the day we got there, so we just said like, hey, what of it? Like, let's just stay the night in the town. I want to see those skills at work. But yeah, then we found a crap ton of ticks in our like glamping dome, whatever thing you want to call it. And so I don't f with ticks. I do not abide by them. And after I found one on my hand, we did a quick tick check of the dogs. We found several ticks on each of them. Or no, sorry, a tick on each of them. So we found several ticks. And then I found another one in my sweater, another one on their dog beds, and this was inside the tent. We had only been on like the shortest of walks earlier in the day, so It was Tick Central. And I'm going to make this joke for the second time this morning, and I was ticked off. Oh, thank you very much, folks. I'll be here all week. My name's Pete. Tune into my stand-up comedy special on Netflix. Hi, Luna. How you doing? How's my favorite Luna tick? Another little tick joke for you. Ha! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I've been informed by the Comedy Bureau of America that I'm no longer allowed to make jokes. So, that's cool, I guess. Hey, while we're chilling here, while it's just the homies, if y'all have a spare finger, I would love to get the viewers back up on this stream. I've put some time into building a little set down here, and I know it is cheeseless and dogless, but if you could tap the share, if you could throw a couple likes on the screen, I'll appreciate it. If you're just watching and you don't want to do any of that, man, I love having you here as well. Okay. What are we doing? We're making a Perogie Omelette this morning. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Now, does everyone know what a pierogi is, for starters? Because if you don't know what a pierogi is, I genuinely feel bad. Because it's delicious. So we're going to do fairly small slices of potato. I'm going to cut these into thin medallions. When you're cutting something, you can almost always do slices, right? Oh yeah, right. I got the. You know what? We're going to flip the hat on backwards so we block less of the top down cam. All right, there we go. Good stuff. Stunt brekkie. Exactly. Yeah, so you almost always do it in 3 steps. You do slices, you do batons, or little sticks, right? And then I was going to look at the top-down camera, right? Okay, perfect. And then, from our little stick phase, now this would be a julienne if it was thinner and the right length. Then we go down to our actual chopping or dicing, depending on what size you're going for. How is the wifey? She's good. She's asleep. Ooh, pardon me. Had a little burpee there. Yeah, she's asleep. Just having a nice little snooze in the morning. Someday I wish I'd started streaming exclusively dinner, so maybe I could sleep in some days. I wake up at 6 o'clock on the mornings. It's bizarre. I don't know why I've done that to myself. I don't even need to wake up that early. I mean, I don't start the stream for 2.5 hours until after that, but for some reason in my head I just have to wake up at 6 o'clock. I don't know. Probably not a great idea in the long run, but that's okay. Okay. We're getting our little potatoes all diced up. Now, as you can see here, this is a finer or a smaller cut than we would usually go for. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We're going to give these just a quick little rinse. I'm going to do that. And actually, you know what? We'll do that. We will do that in our sifter here, because that just makes it easier. I always like pulling things over the edge of the table too, by the way, just so that then you can go underneath them. Yeah, so many good flavors in pierogies. That's what I'm saying, right? Pierogies have the best flavors. Potato, cheese, is mostly it, but still. Okay. Quick little rinse. Like that. A little rinsey for my... No, do I have any way I can... Oh, I should make a little, holder so I can, put stuff in the sink. That'd be smart. Cottage cheese pierogies. Okay. I've never heard of such a thing. What's up, Wisconsin? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Wisconsin. Oh, there, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Wow. I guess I gotta start filming content for YouTube, don't I? Doing some cooking stuff. Make some good use of this studio, man. I feel so like, I don't know. It feels weird, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It feels weird. I hate complaining about this on the stream because you guys are the people that actually watch. But it's hard for me to be like my genuine upbeat self. Because it's like, when we were streaming upstairs, have 100, 200, sometimes up to 500. We had 1,000 on multiple occasions. 1,000 people. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I should like put some time and money and effort into like making a better setup. Maybe we can go twice that, half that, double that, blah, blah, blah. And now it's like genuinely, it seems like this is so much worse. And I don't know how to like get feedback because all of y'all here are obviously here. So you're the ones who still enjoy it or think it's good. And it's just like, yeah, you're too nice. You should all be really mean and tell me exactly what you dislike about the stream. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's just the algorithm. Maybe it's that I'm using TikTok Live on my computer instead of the streaming directly from the phone. It is a long weekend in Canada. It is not a long weekend in America. Also, the term long weekend is kind of funny because it's like, it's the same length. I cut things really weird. Anyway, I'm sorry for like venting and like emotionally dumping on y'all. That was mean of me. I shouldn't do that. You guys are the real ones. Y'all are the ones that are here. I should be complimenting and thanking you so much for everything you do, because I would have no people. I would just be cooking breakfast on my own, which honestly is kind of boring. Like, I love to cook, don't get me wrong, but it's just so much more fun when you can like talk to people and people ask funny questions and you get to make jokes. And anyway, it's just a little bit of a bummer sometimes. That's okay. Lots of people who don't even have any, I don't know, whatever. Aw, thanks, Sarah. You're the best. Y'all are the best. Every last one yet who's here. I know all of you, if not most of you, but I think all of you, genuinely. I know all your names. Mark! How you doing, brother? Mark, can I just say, honestly, A, congratulations and all and everything, because you've had a bunch of big milestones lately, and I couldn't be more proud to know you. Proud to know you is a funny statement, because that's it. I'm proud that I can say I know you. But secondly, can I just be real and thank you for sharing videos here and there about the tough times you've had? Because you're a big, silly, goofy guy, and you make silly, goofy videos. I mean that as a compliment. And then when you, of all people, share some of your downtimes, it makes it easier for everyone, man. Like, that helps me a heck of a lot. Because I don't know, this isn't my best morning ever, you know? I'm feeling a bit weird this morning. But anyway, so brother, thank you from the bottom of my freaking little heart. You're a good man. Damn good man. Anyway. Alright! Let's get some butter heated up in this pan. Oh man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Let's get some butter in this pan. We're going to start cooking off our vegetables. Now the cool thing is the potatoes here won't actually take that long to cook because we got them in such nice small little pieces. Let's dump them in here, get them in the pan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we get the industrial steel cup of of coffee this morning. I made back-to-back Nespressos in the Nespresso maker. And, yeah. So we just filled our cup up with 2 espressos in a row, which I thought was kind of fun. Okie dokie here. I'm looking for the right tool. Since this is going to be an omelet eventually, I'm kind of thinking spatula so I can scrape and lift. I don't think I have one of those. The marinating brush will be of zero use. Best way to cure a hangover. I've got a patented hangover system. First, you start with 1 large glass of water, the most water you can drink without feeling sick. You take that with 2 Tylenol, 1 Advil, and about half a liter of Pepto-Bismol. Then, no, I'm joking. That's medical advice. Where are the pierogies? No. This is the new kitchen. It is a pierogie omelette. So we're stuffing the omelette with pierogie filling. So the omelette is going to be filled with potatoes, onions, and cheddar. Oh, they look more... Thank you, Mark, man. I honestly appreciate the hell out of that. That's a really nice thing to say. Yeah. So we're going to stuff our little omelet. I'm going to salt those potatoes a little bit to help them cook. Test how hot the pan is with your palm. Okay. Now, I worked as a professional chef, so actually I'm going to use my fingertips if that's all right. Whew! It's hot. Testing with your palm. I'm an edgy commenter. Damn. Yeah, okay, so hangover. You need a couple things to beat a hangover. You need lots of hydration. Everyone who said water, hey, thanks for the follow. See, Matt, appreciate you. You need lots of water. That's key, right? You need grease in your body. So get some, like, bacon, maybe something greasy like that. You need white toast to soak up everything else. And you need gravy. That's it. Gravy. I know it sounds crazy, but gravy is the hangover cure. It's got everything you need in it. Flavor. Gravy. Graver. Wait, that's the same word. Oh, thank you so much, Total Sagare. I love people who love my content. Funny thing to say. Our potatoes are just starting to get a little bit of color, so I'm going to do a little bit of a wah and turn it down. A power in and a greasy Burger King. I can get behind that. Quick morning from the Midwest. What's up, Josie Scott? In the Midwest. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get a little bit of cheddar. Is it really a pierogi if you don't have cheddar? Actually, it is. Brian already pointed out. Cottage cheese pierogies are also quite good. So, I'm instantly wrong. But that's okay. I'm frequently wrong. But I'm good at being wrong. As a chef and a stand-up comedian. I don't know if I'd officially call myself that. That's a bit tough. Sitting in the porch with a morning coffee. Buddy, that sounds absolutely lovely. Especially because it is too cold. I tried to sit on my my back deck this morning. I like to sit on the deck and have a little read of my book in the mornings before I do anything else. You know, just get the brain going, thinking. And yeah, it was too cold this morning. I was really bummed out. I went out there and I just instantly, the wind just started like, Florida, hello, how are ya? Morning from Florida, Florida. How are you in Florida? Or Florida, as I've incorrectly decided to start calling it this very morning. Hey, oh, thank you for joining in. 57 degrees. I have no idea what temperature that is. Okay, hold on. It's divided by 2.4, is it? So 57 would be 25 and 0.4 is 20. Like 18? Like 17 degrees? Is that it? Can someone quickly do 57 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? I feel like it's 17 degrees. I want to see if I can do the conversion in my head still. Hey, thanks for following, folks. Gosh, we appreciate that. I'm having a weird morning. I'm not feeling my hottest. The wind was brutal. Yeah, the wind was brutal. I wasn't in New Brunswick, but I was closer to New Brunswick than I am now. And it was, yeah. Brutal over your way, too. I think the whole province is being stuck right now. Okay. It's 13 degrees. Ah, okay, I was a little bit off. I said 17. My math must be bad. Okay, let's get these onions in with our potatoes here. I'm going to put an additional little bit of butter, just so everything slides around nicely. You don't want to under-grease your pan. BEA beautiful. I can see the way my butter is bubbling and browning, that my pan is probably on the hot side. Hey, from Bridgewater. Miles from Bridgewater. What's going on, my friend? What's happening in Bridgewater this morning? Anything good? I gotta turn down the music a little bit because I'm just like getting worried that I'm gonna. There we go. I was just getting worried I was gonna like overpower the sound. Hey, W Cooking Show. Thank you so much for saying. Thank you so much for saying. Oh God, I gotta keep my door open here. Because you shouldn't use one of these burners in the house, just saying. I'm doing this, but I have a couple little safety things. Taking care of my pigs. Are you a pig farmer? I watched a documentary once that said you should never trust a pig farmer. I think it was called Snatch or something like that. Also, may not have been a documentary, I'm not sure. Tiny little bit of salt on our onions. Oh, you should never trust a pig farmer. Okay, I can't do brickhead. Brickhead is the most cockney. I can't even do it. Brickhead from Snatch is the most like Cockney accent. That's saying something. In a movie that Jason Statham is part of. I like pigs. I don't eat them very often, but what's cooking? I'm glad you asked, Andrew. I'm glad you asked. Certain type of salt that I'd recommend. I would recommend the cheapest salt you can possibly buy, because all the extras about like French fleur de sel and everything like that, it comes down to the flaky, like the size of it, and the shape of it and all this sort of stuff. So crystal salt, blah blah blah. Unless you want big like finishing salt so that it looks cool and it's got big flakes so you like actually taste it on your tongue. In that case, buy like Malden's, but generally buy like cheap big block kosher. You can put it in a grinder. You can leave it. It's great. What's cooking? We're making a pierogi omelette, Andrew. And if you've never heard of such a thing, it's because I stole it from a menu at a restaurant I visited yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a whole bunch of onions and a whole bunch of potatoes, and we're going to do them up in this pan here until they all get beautifully cooked. We're going to wait for these onions. You know what? I'm going to sweat these onions because, you know what people say, don't sweat it? Well, those people are liars. They're liars, I say. Liars. Can I find anything to sweat my onions? I don't think I can. I need a lid. But if I put that, is that lid? Oh, okay, cool. That lid works. That lid works. Hi, I'm Dave. I started watching that show on FX, Dave, like Lil Dicky. That's a funny show, man. That is a funny show. Okay, so next we are going to start. Where did I put those? Oh, they're right there. Pete's a little out of it this morning. And I need a little something to keep my eggs in. So we'll just quickly rinse out this glass. It's just my water. Oh, God. That's not a good angle for me, is it? Hey, what's up, Salty? How you doing? How you doing? Let's go 2-egg omelet. I was thinking 2-egg or 3-egg. What do we want? 3-egg? No, I'm going to go 2-egg. Why do I need to ask you guys how many eggs I want to eat? Okay. Also, I would usually have toast with my omelet, but I couldn't find any like toast bread in my house this morning, so it was either have a hot dog bun with my omelet, which I just couldn't abide by. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I know! We were there for very specific reasons. I really wish I could have, like, visited and said hi to people. Because there's... yeah. I totally forgot about that, bro. I've got to make, like, a Nova Scotia trip and visit people because I'm bad for it. My wife and I were on a little vacation, a little staycation. And, things went a little crazy with it. We had to, like... I used to work at the Nook and Cranny, no way! There was a bunch of people that I would have loved to see in Truro. Yourself, I know Salty's there. I have some friends up in Antigonish. There's some, like, fan friends type thing. And so it's just stupid. I felt bad about I almost, you know what's funny? I almost didn't post anything because I was worried that people would be, like, offended that I came to town and didn't visit them. I was, like, sitting there, oh, should I post it? Anyway, I decided to, obviously, in the end. But it's funny because now whenever I travel, I feel like bad because I know, Salty. I've been saying this. This is why I almost debated not posting it because I didn't want anyone to be offended or think it was a slight or an affront to anyone. As I was there for a vacation with my wife. Also, you're sick. I can't hang out with sickies. I'll get it. It was fun to see you rip on the chips. I told them years ago. That's so funny. Did you really tell them that years ago? Also, Steph, hey, how's it going? Good to see ya. Yeah, I don't know. The chips are fine. Like, I get it. They're cool. It's funky. But, like, I don't know. Switch it up every couple of years. Do fry nachos. Do, like, potato waffle nachos. Okay, we're going to beat up our eggs, but not overbeat them. And then we are going to, now our onions are nice and sweated. The reason I did that was because I wanted the onions to be smaller. We wanted to get them not broken down, but like, yeah, just sort of like, you know, worked down in size a little bit. The former head chef was so proud of them that he convinced the owner they're the best thing ever. Aw. Any thoughts on the Coastal Cafe closing? I don't know if I want to share my thoughts on the Coastal Cafe. Okay, I think the owner is making a giant deal about it, even though he's just factually incorrect on several things. Like, the city's not shutting him down. Whatever. I get that they have classics. Celebration of life. You may not think you're sick. I am paranoid about getting sick. Anyway, I appreciate it. I'm sure you understand. I was on a little romantic getaway vacation with the wife. I didn't want for her sake to bring my work into stuff. I know, I'm bad, I'm sorry, but this is life. You gotta balance your work and your life, and if your wife says, no, you can't visit fans or do any work, you kind of have to listen to that. But yeah, so my thing about the Coastal, they didn't change their menu in like 10 years. Like, they needed to update it. I also hated the way you had to pay there, because you had to tip before you got everything. And, like, it's fine. I tip well, but, like, sometimes I want to tip exceptionally well if I've had something really good. And there was really no way to do that. As well as you had to, like, go refill your coffee yourself. And there was all these weirdnesses about it. What they did have was they had a really good ethic. The guy worked hard. You know, he did innovative. He did stuff quite a long time before other people were doing it. So, like, props to him in that regard and other stuff. But, like, at the same time, I just felt it had its day in the sun. There was plenty of time. It had been the talk of the town. Everyone loved it. And then they just sort of, like, rested on their laurels a little bit. Also got a weird attitude from the owner because he was, like, really anti-government, really, like, yeah, I don't know. There was weirdness about it. Now that I've said all the negative things, the food was great. The food was always good. They executed it really well. You ran a tight ship. And so no complaints there. And as I say, for when they first opened, it was It was innovative. Yeah, so they had a system. It was kind of like it's kind of like at like Five Guys or like Chipotle, you know, where you like actually not like Chipotle. It's kind of like at Five Guys, where like you put in your order and you pay and everything, and then afterwards it's brought it's like brought out for you. It's just in this case it was like a traditional sit down restaurant that you had to like serve your own coffee and pay first. And so I was like, okay, they said it was for efficiency, but I'm like, it doesn't take any longer to pay and clean at the beginning than to pay and clean at the end. It's still the exact same thing, right? Anyway, so I was getting annoyed at them because I felt like it was an attempt to like intentionally be different for really like no good reason and several down reasons. Oh, I'm sorry you're sad. I appreciate you understanding though. And I assure you, I will plan a Nova Scotian adventure, drive around, meetup kind of vibey thing. I hate calling it meetup though. Every influencer who's ever like done a meetup when they're my size, just like no one shows up and it's really cringy and embarrassing. Anyway, okay, Perogie Omelette time. We've got our eggs. We're going to pop them in the pan like this. We're going to get a nice little base for our omelet. I find when you're doing an omelet like this, I can see this is already getting too hot already, so I'm going to turn the burner like basically off, or as close to off as I can get it with it still doing heat. And we're just going to dip it out. Hey, I should come to Bridgewater. Hell yeah, Bridgewater can go on the list. And we're just going to give her like, not like a scramble, but we're just going to like move bits of it around, right? Just get some extra like texture to the omelet like that. And then we'll start moving our egg around a little bit like that. And that is just going to give it some structure. You up for a long weekend Monday brekkie stream? You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a little brekkie stream tomorrow since it is the day off or whatever. The May 2/4. Okay, now we're going to put our onion and our potato mixture, and quite a lot of it, might I add, into our omelette. We're going to top that off with the remainder of the cheese. Or if you're French, le fromage. Or if you're Spanish, la queso. Queso. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. With the hell no, hell to the yeah.
Okay, looks great. Oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to take Shavakadu out of the title. That's supposed to be, if anyone doesn't, hey, thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate you saying that. The Shavakadu in the title is a reference to the old Vine, because last time we did the stream, we did avocado toast. And whenever my wife and I talk about avocado toast, we do the, like, free Shavakadu. Free Shavakadu. Like that, oh, man. My life is like just several vines running around in my head. You gotta miss tomorrow, you gotta work. Oh, sorry to hear that. Look at this coffee, she's still steaming. Can you get like a view on the steam of that coffee? Oh, intense. Oh yeah. Vine was the best, man. Vine had a vibe that has, even to this day, just not been replicated. Like, you know, like it's just, Vine was just a real special app, a real special time. And here's the weird thing about Vine. Part of its, like, downfall was actually the reason it was so good. Vine failed because they couldn't figure out a way to monetize. But as a result, it didn't feel like an app that was, like, constantly shilling. If you're on TikTok and you come across an ad, go scroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll be on another ad. I didn't even realize this till someone pointed it out to me. There is an ad on TikTok every 5 posts. And, like, I'm not mad at that. Some of my videos are ads. I appreciate it if you ever engage with them. But it's just funny because you don't think about it. Because you watch a lot of the videos. You know, you watch 30 seconds of this, 20 seconds of another, maybe a minute of the next video, blah, blah, blah. You don't notice that literally 1 in 6 videos that go on your For You page are an advertisement. 1 in 6. That's a pretty, you know what I mean? That's a pretty big ratio. But And again, like, I'm not mad. Well, I'm not mad at it, but I'm just saying that's why Vine was like so special because they sucked at figuring out how to monetize. As a result, like, it was good. It wasn't like it didn't feel like it was just shilling to you. But okay, we are gonna let this guy sit here. I'm actually gonna turn the heat off, and I'm gonna put a lid on it. The lid, I was sweating stuff. Because it's cooked, I don't want that egg to cook anymore. It's like it's like brownish, the way it is now, and I'm fine with that. But if it gets any browner and it starts looking weird, sounds like the Maple Leafs failing because they're so good. Brian, that's not why the Maple Leafs fail. The Maple Leafs fail because the stadium was built on an ancient indigenous burial ground, and the team is cursed. If you actually go to the Leafs dressing room, it's very similar to that scene in The Shining, where there's that weird TV that's communicating with them. Yeah, the whole room is just, yeah. I fail to believe the Toronto Maple Leafs did not in some way do something that cursed them. Like, did a bunch of Leafs fans, like, I don't know, like steal from a wizard? Or like break into like a sacred temple or something like that and steal something a la Indiana Jones. This is my theory on why the Leafs are... It's not just a curse. Hey, Demi, thanks for the rose. I don't know if I saw that when you actually sent it. Okay. Favorite restaurant au Montréal? Je t'aime Joe Beef. Le beefsteak et Joe Beef, c'est très bien. T'aimes la banquille? Voiture. C'est la première chez du Bégal. Pardon mon français. Le pied de cochon. Le pied de cochon. Yeah. Exactement. Pied de cochon is by far the best restaurant. It's not in Montreal, I guess, technically. But still. Also, I forgot how to say the word favorite in French. Okay, let's get one of our little plates out here. I think we'll go for north of Brooklyn. Yeah, right, Brian? Isn't north of Brooklyn fire? We're going to go for a nice little skull plate this morning. Gotta go. You have to work. Hey, take care, Miles. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Beautiful. Look at these plates. Is this not just like the coolest freaking plate you've ever seen? Like, if you're into tattoos or like tattoo art or culture, like the fact that we have like the web of life, man. Wow. Hey, another Mariah. Hi, Mariah. Good evening from Australia. Well, good evening, Australia. I'm a big fan of your most recent cultural export, the television program Bluey. Actually, I gotta say, Bluey's food references are like on point. The whole episode about Pavlova, hilarious. The little soy saucy fishies, the Thai obsession, it's good, man. Bluey does it right. I feel Toronto has better pizza than New York City. Oh, Brian, wow. Brian's looking to get cancelled. Toronto has some amazing pizza. I think the diversity and the amount of pizza places in New York far exceeds the number in Toronto. And I feel like there's better suppliers and there's just more of a culture of it, so it's easier to have a good pizzeria in New York. I will say, though, that I think there's definitely, you can apples to apples compare good Toronto pizza with good New York pizza, and I think that's fair. But I don't agree necessarily. But, Cindy, hey! How you doing? Hello from Newfoundland. Cindy's coming to us live from Newfoundland. No, I'm not talking chain pizza either. Anyway, we are making a pierogi omelette this morning. Someone asked that like 2 seconds ago. And I am just about to get it on the plate. And I think we're going to do, you know what? We're going to do the cheater method. I feel like American pizza is way overrated. Really? Interesting. Okay. I feel like American pizza is pizza perfected, and I worked at a traditional Italian pizzeria, and I'm not even American. So, like, I feel like my bias in this situation is pretty, like, I don't know, pretty fair, but what you gonna do? Ooh, that's a nice color. It's not bad. Now, I want to get it on the plate, like, right about here. So, I actually need to put the plate like this, and then this. Alright. It's like we're flipping the Tariq. Bada boom, bada bing. Now the color of that's a bit wacky. I don't love the color of my egg. It got a bit like, not like funky, but like, that's okay. We'll just fix it in post. like I have a post production. Give this a little quick wipe here. I would normally have a separate rag or cloth or whatever for wiping plates. So apologies to the health inspectors. It's weird how many of my commenters are health inspectors. Rocket, Gorgonzola, Prosciutto, and Napoli. Oh, man. Fortnite dance, please? Wait, you want me to, like... How do you even do it? You go, like... It's like... Okay, so... Like... I don't even know. I can't even do it. Yeah, I think that's a... That sounds like a lovely pizza. I'm not saying that pizza's bad. At all. In fact, I love that pizza. Sometimes I really just want Neapolitan pizza, or that kind of pizza, and so that's kind of what I go for. Sometimes I want something that's a little more firm, something a little more structure to it, something that actually comes out like a slice, you know? I don't know, there's a lot of reasons to like New York pizza, but I think it's a totally fair thing what you're saying. Okay, let's get a little photograph. Look at this photograph. I took it of a big giraffe. Nickelback really sucks. I can't even keep it up. And Gordon Ramsay should stop trying to pander to kids. Someone asked me, do I think Gordon Ramsay should stop trying to pander to kids? The answer is yes. Hey, Godin. Welcome to the greatest cooking show called Who Wants to Eat Breakfast? Welcome to Who Wants to Eat Breakfast. My name's Pete, and I want to eat breakfast. And I'm going to eat your breakfast. I should go to a restaurant. That would be a really funny game show. If I just walked into a restaurant, like walked up to a table and be like, welcome to the new game show. I want to eat your breakfast. And then I just pulled out increasing amounts of money. They're like, for $20, can I eat your breakfast? And they'd be like, no, this is $20. I paid $20 for this. I'd be like, okay, for $40, can I eat your breakfast? And then just offering them increasing amounts of money until they allow me to eat their breakfast. And then I'd like do something nice, but like, you know. Hello! Siakamis. Hey, you a Siakam fan? I got a Siakam jersey upstairs. Great player, man. A great player. And I ain't talking about... Wait, no, I don't know. I got nothing. What food is the most debated? Pizza? Certainly say pizza's a fair one. Probably like rice, too. Like, there's a lot of places that don't agree on how to cook or make rice. Okay, and now, guys, here's the reality of the story. I'm not going to be using this plate to eat on because I ordered 4 of these plates. Now, admittedly, each of them have a different design. I ordered 4 of them, and they cost $138, which is about $130 more than I've ever paid for plates in the past. So the idea of using utensils on them and potentially damaging them, no. Siakam is a fire player. Damn stupid they didn't make the playoffs. You know what, though, man? But they've had I don't know. In my mind, this has been a bit of a build year. Like, they've had to realize that some of their talent is not worth keeping around. Like, I hate to see Siakam go, but he's not a young guy anymore. And the Raptors have worked the best when they're lean, when they're mean, when they're young, and when they're European. Weirdly. 20 years ago, the idea of someone being like,
You know, European-style basketball might in fact be superior to...
no one ever said that 20 years ago. But I don't know. Either way, it is very sad to see the Raps not get in the. I went to my first Raptors game this year, and then I went to my second Raptors game. More stunt food videos. Hey, tag me in good stuff. I just haven't seen anything that's worth doing a stunt food video about because it's all like the same crap. It's like
Giant martini, giant chicken, giant this.
looks like stunt food to me. It may in fact be stunt food. Let me get a good angle for the camera here. Okay, hello, hi camera. Fred Van Fleet definitely going in the off season. I'm guessing. Yeah, I can't see Fleet sticking around, man. Also, like, Fred is, yeah, I don't know. Fred is really good. I've seen like 40 Fred Van Fleet advertisements, though, like the Gillette campaign that he's with, and then a bunch of other stuff. It's very funny. But move the Raptors to Vancouver. Shut your dirty mouth. Vancouver can get its own team back from another team. I agree we should have a team in Vancouver, but we're not moving the... Come on. The Raptors have an excellent team. They're a very profitable franchise. All right, let's taste a little bit of this. We made a Perogie Omelette, so it's a combination of potatoes, onions, and cheddar cheese inside a beautiful omelette filling. Or inside a beautiful omelette. Damn. Honestly, that tastes just like a pierogi. I am not mad about that. The potato isn't crispy, it's like soft. I could have gone slightly less onions. I mean, I don't hate it because I love the taste of onion, but I can see how a normal person might not want that much onion in their flavor. Man, that's really good. The egg is just how I like it cooked. If you were French, you might think this is overcooked. NBA should have a team in Halifax. I kind of disagree, sadly. I wish we had a team in Halifax, but we're just too small of a city. Unless the team was, like, fan-owned. Or, like, okay, the only successful sports team to exist in a city the size of Halifax is the Green Bay Packers. And if you know about Green Bay, they're a fan-owned team, the seats are cheap, the food is, like, they do everything right to be part of the community. I just don't see... modern sports leagues have made that almost impossible to do at this point. It is literally almost impossible to do. Green Bay is a weird anomaly in North America. In soccer and in football leagues in the UK, it's not impossible. It's not unheard of. But yeah, anyway, so as a result, this is the thing. Ooh, sour cream would be good with this, Brian. That's a really good call. I think I have some upstairs. I'm going to add some sour cream to this when I'm done on the stream. Coyotes is a 5,000 seater. You can have that now. We do have that. The problem is, it's just about size and team. Anyway, I think this omelet is a solid, I would say this is a solid 7.3. And that's a really good score. A 7.3 sounds bad probably to the average person, but it's really good. Yeah, it needs a tiny little bit less onion. Maybe a little bit of pepper. I didn't put any pepper on it. And then I would just do it slightly differently. It was really good though. It was really good. Oh, I need a little toast and a little sour cream. Anyway, hey, this has been the breakfast stream. I was a bit of a sad sack when I started this stream. I'm sorry about that, guys. You don't need to hear me complain. I'm not a human. I'm a cook. We're different. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. God, I appreciate every single one of you. It's so cool to have at all a platform where I get to hang out and cook with like 30 of my friends, and people just can hang out and chat and shoot the shit. And, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, give someone a hug today. Tell someone you love them. Share that love around, man. People don't say I love you enough. My whole little catchphrase here that I do at the end of the show, it actually stemmed from a personal experience where I was really having a rough day and I just needed an I love you. And no one said it to me for like 2 whole days. I kind of like kept track in my head because I'm a little weirdo. And I was just like, that's really, really lame. I used to hear that every day. From my mommy. She still loves me. Anyway, so go out there. Text an old friend. Maybe call your mom. or I don't know, email your dad. Send a carrier pigeon to your uncle. But whether it's your brother, your sister, your best friend, an old friend, a new friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your non-binary lover, maybe it's just your dogs or your cats, tell someone you love them today. Don't tell them Pete made you do it. Just do it on your own. You can take the credit. Tell someone you love them. Know that I love each and every one of you so very, very freaking much. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Dylan. I'm really sorry to hear that, brother. I hope your day gets better, because mine sure did, because I get to hang out with all you friendly folks. Anyway, I love you stupid faces. You're all wonderful, and we will see you again real soon.